शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथामृतं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखामृतांश्च नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome to the Sri Namastaka. Yesterday we completed the discussion on the second verse. How many of you are now memorizing these verses of Sri Namastaka, and how many of you have memorized at least the first verse? Raise your hands. Let us see. How many of you have memorized the first verse? Only one. Please do memorize these verses. There's very deep Nama Tattva given, which is very, very important for our Nam Bhajan. So I'll just, before beginning the third verse discussion, go into the flow of the Sri Namashtaka. The flow of the Sri Namashtaka is given by Baldev Vidyabhushan. He begins his invocation by offering obeisances to Sri Nam, Shri Krishna Namne Namo Nama. And what the yogis aspire for liberation, you can attain by just Namabhas, just by mere Namabhas. And that's why he prays that please bestow devotional service unto me, and I don't desire anything else. And then he says, Rupa Goswami begins glorification of the Nam by the first verse, Nikila Shruti Mauli Ratnamala. And then after the first verse, we saw the second verse. The second verse connection is, how can I take shelter of you who are overcome with sinful reactions? This is the glory of the holy name, that even liberated souls sing the glories of the holy name. And actually, only the liberated souls take pleasure in glorifying the Lord and Nam, which is not different from the Lord. So, to come to that state, that means you have to be free from sinful reactions. So, how I can take shelter? Samshayami, which was there in the first verse line. Now, that is spoken in the next verse. Yannamadeha muni vrindageha janaranjanaya param aksharakrate tvam anadarat api managudiritam nikhil ogrtapa patalim vilumpase. So even what to speak with faith and respect, without faith and without any respect, even if your name is taken, Managapi, Nikhil Ogrtap. So this is the potency of the holy name, that it can destroy the terrible miseries of the chanter. So that's why having faith in this tattva of the Nam, we should take shelter of the holy name so that we can become free from the sinful reactions. And we should beseech Nam Prabhu to kindly reveal your potency, reveal your glories by purifying me, and then I'll become your preacher. Because people will see that such a sinful person has become, pure, then that's direct preaching. So that's what is there in the second verse. So today in the third verse, let us go to the third verse. Rup Goswami, Baldev Vidyabhushan is going to give the connection to the third verse. So let's begin with text 3. न च नामाभास्य पापान्य एव दग्ध्वा निवर्तते पि तु स्ववाचे भक्तिं च प्रकाशयतीत्य आह यद iti. And the reflection of the holy name, Nacha Namabhasya, not only burns up sinful reactions, Papani eva dagdva, and stops with that. It doesn't stop with just burning of the sinful reactions, but it also awakens pure devotional service unto the person referred to by the holy name. Dagda nivartate pitu swa vache bhaktim cha prakashayatitya. With this in mind, he states the text beginning Yad. Yad iti. So the next verse speaks about how the holy name uh, bestows pure devotional service. The glory of the holy name is not just uh, eradicating the sinful reactions, but ultimately to bestow pure devotional service. So this is the third text. यद्दाभासोऽपि उद्यन् कवलित भवद्वन्तविभावो दृश्यं तत्त्वान्दानामपि दिशति भक्ति प्रणयिनीम् जनस्य तस्युद्धातं जगति भगवान् तरेणे कृतिते निर्वक्तुं कः इह महिमामं प्रभवति. O Son of the Holy Name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan Nama Tarena, which ka meritorious person, Kriti, just like in the Bhagavad Gita, there is Dushkruti and Sukruti. Sukriti, which meritorious person in this world, Iha Jagati, is able to enunciate Nirvaktum, the exalted, Janastas Uddhatam, glory, Mahimanam of your lordship's stay, whose mere reflection, Yad Abhaso Api, while rising, Udyan, destroys the powerful darkness of spiritual ignorance due to material existence. Kavalita Bhavadvanta Vibhavo. Kavalita means the covered. So the avidya, covering of the avidya. So the Namabhas chanting will destroy the spiritual ignorance, that is avidya, and grants dishati, vision, drishyam, pertaining to pure devotional service. Bhakti pranayinim, even to those blind to the truths of spiritual existence. Tattvandhanam api. So the chanting of the holy name not only destroys spiritual ignorance, but gives transcendental knowledge. And that's why, even if somebody is materially uneducated, but if he has taken shelter of the Nam will reveal transcendental knowledge. And this is there in the Shikshakshtaka also. Vidya Vadur Jivanam, the fourth quality, perfection. Vidya Vadur Jivanam. So here, the glory of the Nam is not only just destruction of misery, but granting pure devotional service and the truths of spiritual existence. So the few more glories of Nam are there in this third verse. Okay, let's go into the commentary of Baldev Vidyabhushan. He Bhagavan Nama Tarena, Krishna Nama Surya, O son of the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is, O son, the holy name of Krishna. Iha Jagati Ka Kriti Pandito Janasta Uddhatam Ucham Mahimanam Nirvaktum Prabhavati. In this world, which meritorious, that is, learned person, is able to enunciate the exalted glory of your lordship? So he's, putting a question. Who's there, Pandita, who can actually enunciate the exalted glory of your lordship? And what is that glory? Na o apit artha. None. This is the meaning. So when he's putting this question, which Pandita can glorify you? That means no Pandita can glorify you. Why? Kuta iti chet tatraha. Anticipating the question, why? Why no person, no Pandita can glorify? Then he states the answer. यस्य तावा आभास संकेतित्यादिभिर उच्चारणम खविलतो ग्रस्तो भवध्वंत विभाव संस्कृते तिमिर संपद एन तादृश सन तत्वान्दानां तत्वदृष्टि हीनानाम अपि भक्ति प्रणयिनीं कृष्ण भक्ति विषयां दृश्यम प्रज्ञम दिशति अर्पयतीति. Your reflection, yasya tava abhasa, that is, utterance in order to indicate something other than you. Sanketyadibir Ucharanam. Now, yesterday we went into a little bit of the Nama Tattva from the footnotes. So, this Sanket, Parihasyam, Stobha, Helanam, yesterday what we discussed, we were discussing the Nama Tattva. So this falls in which category of Namabhas? Sanket, Adivi. Anyone? Which category does it fall? There are divisions in Namabhas, yesterday what we discussed. So this Sanket and Parihasya Stobha Helanam. Which division of Namabhas does it fall in? Anyone? I think most of you who have joined today were all there yesterday, except maybe one devotee. So which category does this fall? Yes, Kalindini Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. It is Shraddha and Sanket subdivision.
Not Shraddha, it is Ashraddha Namabhas.
Sorry, Ashraddha Namabhas.
Yes, it is
Sorry.
Ashraddha Namabhas. These four categories, Sanket, Paryasya, Stoma, and Helanam fall into. So we have to understand the glory that this Abhas or Namabhas, Abhas means Namabhas, which is Ashraddha also, has this potency. What is that potency? That it destroys material existence. So that is utterance in order to indicate something other than you. Sanket Adibir Ucharanam and so on, Adibi, is of such potency that the powerful darkness of material existence is devoured, and it offers vision. Kavilito grasto bhavadvanta vibhava samsrite timira sampada. So first it destroys the powerful darkness of material existence and then offers vision. Tattva drishti hinam yena tadrisha. It gives vision. That is enlightenment pertaining to Krishna Bhakti. Bhakti pranayinim Krishna Bhakti. Even to the spiritually blind. Tattva andanam. That is to those devoid of the vision of spiritual truth. Drishyam pragyam dishati arpayati ti. So the Nam, not Nam, it is Namabhas. The Namabhas destroys the ignorance, gives the vision. Just like when the sun is covered by the fog or light clouds, then the sun's reflection from the fog or the clouds is felt by us, and we can feel a little sunshine. So we can also see the sun, but when it is covered like in the monsoon during the rainy season where we just cannot see the sun because of the covering of clouds, we just cannot see the sun. That's like uh, darkness of material existence where there is complete ignorance. But Namabhas is like, the fog where we can see the reflection of the sun, we can feel the sun's heat, or like the clouds in the summer. Some covering is there still because the clouds are there, but we can feel the presence of the sun. So the spiritual truths are revealed, the spiritual vision is revealed. That is the explanation here. Tave drisha mahimni vigyopi samshayita vina tvattattva vid upadeshad ato nirvaktum na prabhavati iti. Even a learned scholar, Vigyopi, would doubt such glory of your lordship. Tavedrisha Mahimni, Vigyopi, Samshayita iti. Not Samshayati, it is Samshayita. Means Samshay. Samshay means doubt. Will doubt such glory of your lordship without the instructions of a person in knowledge of the truth about you. Tvat tattva vid upadeshat ato nirvaktum. So that is why Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur, who knows the Nama Tattva, when he spoke in that assembly of Govardhan Majumdar and Hiramnya Majumdar, that what to speak of Nam, just a mere reflection of the holy name gives one liberation. Gopal Chakravarti could not digest it. Could not. How is it possible? The Gyanis for many, many years and many, many lifetimes perform such severe austerities to attain liberation, and you're just telling that just by chanting the name, you'll attain that liberation? So he just could not understand and doubted on the potency of the holy name, on the tattva of the holy name. So that was an aparadh. So would doubt, that's what here he's saying. Therefore, he is not able to enunciate it. Nirvaktum na prabhavati iti. This is the meaning. Etad padyartascha om asya iti shuto visputah a ishat sanketadibir nama bruvatam vishnu vishayake Sumati Labha Abhidhanat. Furthermore, the meaning of this verse is very explicit in the Shruti text beginning with Om Asya. For it is stated there that there is attainment of proper understanding of Lord Vishnu for those who utter his holy name, even slightly. So, if you remember, Om Asya was also a quotation, the third quotation given in text 2, third scriptural quotation which Baldev Vidyabhushan in his commentary had given. And there we did not study in detail, but here we'll be studying this. So, even in the Shrutis, Etat Padatasya cha Omasya iti Shruto, Visputa, it has been mentioned that proper understanding of Lord Vishnu for those who utter his holy name, even slightly, that is, in order to indicate something other than him, and so on. So, even in Sanket Adibir Nama, Bruvatam, Vishnu Vishayake, Sumati, he will attain Sumati. He will get the understanding. Abhidha means he'll understand it. Even Sanket. So, this also is not only Rupa Goswami statement, not only the Smriti statements, but even the Shrutis, validate the same thing. Okay, let's go into now the footnote. Note, Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan, Baldev's explanation of the Rig Veda text beginning Om Asya, quoted by him in the commentary to text 2, follows Srila Jiva Goswami's explanation of the same text in Anuched 35 of the Bhagavad Sandarbha. What is the explanation? Now, this is the explanation. This is the footnote. Please remember. Hey Vishnu, O Lord Vishnu, te tava nama chit swarupam. Your holy name is spirit, that is spiritual. Ata eva maha swaprakasha rupam. Therefore, ata, it is illumination, swaprakash, that is self-manifested. That is self-manifest. Tasmad asya namna a ishad api janata न तो सम्यक उच्चार महता महात्म्यादि पुरुषकारेण. Therefore, even if one just slightly knows about this holy name, not knowing beforehand the glories of uttering it and so on, तथापि विभक्तन ब्रुवान केवलम तद अक्षर आभास्य मात्रम पूर्वानः सुमतिम तद विषयम विद्याम बजामहे प्रनुमः. By simply engaging in the practice of uttering it, just by uttering it, akshar abhas matrena kurvana, we attain good intelligence. Sumatim tad vishayam, that is knowledge about the holy name. Vidyam bhajema pranumaha. So this is the glory of the holy name, and Jiva Goswami in his commentary in the Bhagavad Sandarbha is explaining this verse. The Shruti verse, not the Shruti mantra, that is Om Asya. Om Asya is it's a long verse, just iti, it's mentioned. We have seen that entire verse in text to commentary. So that's the commentary, quite brief about text 2, text 3. Before we go into Bhaktivinoda Thakur's commentary, any questions you have? Any questions, any clarifications? Okay. So we will go to Bhaktivinoda Thakur's explanation, which will make things more clear, and then definitely you will have questions. Okay, explanation of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. This is Bengali transliteration. Hey Bhagavan Nama Divakar. O sun-like, holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Divakar. Diva is the name of sun. Akara means it has taken the form. Jagate emena pandit ke achena any तुम्हार महिमा संपूर्ण रूप वर्णन करते sakshama hon. Who is so learned in this world that he is able to completely describe your glory? This is very close to Hindi, the Bengali. Jagata kemena pandit ke achen. Who is there a pandit in this world? Any tomorrow mahima sampurn who can fully describe or completely describe. Varnan karite saksham on. Who is there who is able to saksham kon hai who can describe your glory? Tomara abhas ekhana uday hoy takana prata kujjati काछन्न शौर करेर न्याय तमसाच्छान रूपे प्रकाश होया थाके. When your reflection arises, tomar आभास अकन उदय होय, it is manifest in a form covered by darkness like sun rays. Kujjahati achanna, covered by early morning fog. Saur Kiranaya Tamasa Achana Rupa Prakash Hoy Thake. I was explaining the example of the fog. So here Bhaktivinoda Thakur is giving the same explanation. Kintu Tumara Bala Eta Dure E Tumi Swalpakala Made Se Achadana Dura Karya Tattva Anda Purushadi Chakshu Bhakti Sakshatkarera Upayogi Kariya Dao. But your strength is of such extent that within a short time, Kintu Tumara Bal Eta Dure E Tumi Solp Kalamate, you remove that covering. Say Achadana Dur Kariya, and make the eyes of person blind to spiritual truths fit to directly experience the Lord through pure devotional service. Tatvanda Purusha Digere Chakshu Bhakti Sakshat Karera Upayogi Kariya Dao. So the holy name gives that Vidyavadu Jivanam. Okay. Now, from here on, is actually the Namashtaka Bhajan. विश्वे उदित नाम तपन अविद्या विनाश लागी छोदत सब माया विभाव साधु तहे अनुरागी. The holy name, the sun of the holy name has arisen in the universe in order to destroy ignorance. Vishve udita nama tapana avidya vinasha lagi. All opulences of Maya then go away. Therefore, the saintly person is attached to the holy names. Ta sadhu tahe anuragi. The sadhu is anuragi because chodata saba. The Maya is completely goes away. Maya vibhava. And that's why the saintly persons are attached to the holy name. Harinam prabhakar avidya timirhara tomara mahima ke bhejane. O brilliant holy name of Lord Hari, you remove the dense darkness of ignorance. Who knows your glories? Tomara Mahima kebe jane. Harinama Prabhakar. Prabha again is brilliance or sun, because sun's another name is Prabhakar. Avidya Timirahara. You remove the darkness of ignorance. Ehena Pandita Jana Tomara Mahatmya Gana Uchchaswara Sakala Vyakhane. Who is that scholar who can loudly explain all of your glories? So it's very clear. Tomara Abhasa पहिले लहि भाये एव भवतिमिर कवलित प्राय. When your reflection is first seen, abhasa paheli ahi bhai. The dense darkness of this material existence is almost destroyed. E bhava timira kavilita praya. Kavila means again the covering is completely destroyed of Vidya. Achire timira nashya pragyayana. Just a second. Achire timira nashya pragyanana. Tat, it should have been tattva. Tattvandanayane karena vidhana. Quickly destroying the darkness, Timira Nashya, you provide spiritual realized knowledge, pragya, to the spiritually blind eyes of the chanter. Tattva anda nayane. Nayane means eyes, karena vidhan. Vidhan means you give or you provide. सेते प्रज्ञान विशुद्धा भक्ति उपजाए हरि विषयनी मति. I think while putting the slides, I think some of the line stanzas are missing, so I'm directly reading from the text here. One line is missing here. Okay, yeah, it is here. Tattva andanayan kare vidhana. Okay, this is the next line. Sete pragyan vishuddha bhakati upajaye hari vishyani mati. That spiritual realized knowledge generates immaculate devotional service. Consciousness of Lord Hari. Hari Vishani Mati. ए अद्भुत लीला सतत तुम्हार भक्ति विनोद जनियाचे सार. This wonderful pastime is constantly yours. A Adbhut Leela Satat Tumar. And Bhakti Vinod Thakur has understood its essence. Bhakti Vinod Janiache Sar. He has understood the essence. Okay, so that ends the commentary of or the explanation of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. First part is a little bit of the explanation, which begins with the Vishwa Udita Tapana. Actually, I think many devotees are not familiar, and even I'm not familiar how to sing these bhajans, and I've not heard also being sung. Only those who are Bengali who are very expert, they know the meter, particular meter in which this has to be sung. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur's explanation is very, very simple, explaining this verse. So there are two things in text 3, which Baldev Vidyabhushan and Bhaktivinoda Thakur explaining the glory of the holy name. What are the two things? Anyone? What are the two aspects which are described in text 3? Which are the two aspects described in text 3? Yes, Vinita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes.
I'll try, Prabhuji.
You have to speak a little loudly, please.
Yeah. The first thing would be it destroys powerful
No, you'll
darkness
have to
of.
speak a little loudly. It's maybe you have to
Maybe there's
increase.
audio issue, Prabhuji, with my
Yeah,
earphones. Yes. Sorry, Prabhuji.
you can
I'll
speak.
type.
I mean,
Yeah.
able
First
to
thing,
hear
it
you.
destroys powerful darkness of material existence and gives vision of spiritual truth.
Hmm. Yes. It destroys the darkness, dense darkness of material existence, the avidya, bestows vision
of
to
spiritual
realize spiritual truths and restores
grand
pure devotion. Restores
devotional
pure.
service.
Yes. Okay. Any questions you have up till now? What we have discussed on text 3? Any questions? Any clarifications? I think Mataji, you will have to type the question because the audio is not at all clear. You'll have to type the question. Anyone else? Anyone else has any questions on text 3? Then we will go to text 4 then. Mataji, you can type the question and then we will take it up. Text 4, we will just begin today and we will go into detail the commentaries in the next class. Okay. Is there a difference between austerity and devotional service? Yes, there is a vast difference. Now, this is one very important uh, tattva or truth you have to understand. There is jnana prayas, vairagya prayas, and bhakti prayas. Sometimes devotees confuse, especially with vairagya prayas and bhakti prayas. They think both are the same and they look very similar. Of course, devotees don't go into Gyan Prayas. Gyan Prayas is endeavor of studying the Upanishads and the Gyan Shastras in order to attain liberation. So that is more or less ruled out. And sometimes devotees who are having taste for studying Shastra, they understand that they are too much acquiring knowledge. That is also a misconception because this Gyan is Bhagavad Sambandha Gyan. And this is favorable to devotional service. Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janeti Ashu Vairagyam Jnanam Tad Ahetukam. This Jnanam is Ahetuki. There is no Hetu because the Bhakti Tattva, the knowledge of devotional service leads to devotion and that devotion needs to knowledge. So they are symbiotic in nature. But the Jnana Prayas, the Vairagya Prayas looks very similar to Bhakti Prayas. Performing austerities in the name of devotional service. But we should only take up that austerities which are favorable for devotional service. We have to follow that principle of Sharanagati. Anukulasya Sankalpa, Pratikulasya Varjanam. I once was in one temple and I asked one devotee, how are you doing? And he just described me that, I get up 2 o'clock in the morning, I do this austerity, I do that austerity. And I was a little taken aback. So he was not speaking about his sadhana, spiritual practices, but about what austerities he was performing. So that can be, not favorable to your devotional service. And this Rupa Goswami in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu brings out. He says by practicing austerities, the heart becomes hard. And bhakti doesn't manifest in such a heart because sukumaram. Bhakti is like Navneet, it has to be soft. So it will not manifest. So this too much austerities in the name of devotional service can be an obstacle in the practice of pure devotional service. So that's the difference. So one has to understand this. So there is difference between Vairagya Prayas and Bhakti Prayas. Bhakti Prayas means to do endeavors of devotional service which are favorable for Sharanagati. We have to be, practice austerity in the form of trying to sit and trying to chant attentively the Maha Mantra, because Shravanam, it is hearing, or it is actually Kirtanam. Or we have to endeavor to, take the austerity of going to the temple to hear Bhagavad Katha. So these are all favorable. But austerities in the form of too much practice of renunciation, that is an obstacle to pure devotional service. I hope it's clear. Yes. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Am I audible?
Yes.
Prabhuji, can you please chant the third verse again?
I have still not also practiced this meter because it's not so simple as the first two verses. Because you can see this verse has this is not in the chanda as it is there in the first and the second verse, but I'll try. Yaddabasapyudyan kavalita bhava dvanta vibhavo दृश्यं तत्त्वान्दानामपि दिशति भक्ति प्रणयिनीं जनस्य तस्योद्धातं जगति भगवानान्तरेणे कृतीते निर्वक्तुं कः इह महिमां न प्रभवति. This is not exactly the meter which in this verse is chanted. We'll have to ask some experts who know the meter and who know that particular way this is recited. The first and the second are simple. The third is a little difficult. I was just today morning going through the traditional way in which this verse is recited, but this is not the exact what I'm reciting. I want to make that clear. But you can practice this. Okay. Any other questions anyone else has about text 3? Okay. Birendra Yadav Prabhuji, yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, this Om Asya, this Shruti text, do we have a complete text somewhere?
Yeah, Om Asya, as I mentioned, is there in the second verse. In the second verse, 3 verses were quoted about the glory of Namabas chanting, that Namabas destroys all ignorance. So in that text, one is from the Bhagavatam. We'll just go back to that. One is from the Kashi Kanda and one is from the Shruti. Here, yes. Sanketyam parihasyam va stobam helanameva va vaikunta nama grahanam asheshagha haram vidu. So this is destroys all the sins. Ashesha, agha means sin. And all these 4 categories. Again, we know that it is Ashraddha Namavas. And then Parihasyopasader Vishnu Nama Granantiye Kritarthastepi Manujas Tebhyo Api Namo Nama. So this is the second. Oh, this is Pramadapi. And here I think it was quoted. Yes, here it is. Homasya Jananto Nam Chid Vivaktana Mahaste Vishnu Sumatim Bhajame. Om, O Vishnu, Om, O Vishnu, your holy name is spiritual, Chid Vivaktana, and hence self-manifest. Knowing even slightly about this holy name, Asya Janato, and uttering it, Bhajame, we attain knowledge, Sumatim, about its nature, Mahaste. So this is the full verse. Yes, Ashokatma Prabhuji. You have a question?
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes.
Prabhu, with regard to this austerity versus Bhakti Yoga, uh, in fact, one thing I understood is that, as you said, when we are practicing austerities, we become harder in terms of against material desires. But how about you said, will not lead to bhakti? For example, I do Nirjala Ekadashi every time, and also I want to practice this Chaturmasya. That is also one of the austerities. But how it might affect our bhakti?
As I mentioned, whatever angas of devotion which are favorable to our sadhana practice, those austerities are austerities which will lead to devotion. Just like if you're practicing, Nirjal Ekadasi and your body structure is designed that, you can handle it. But if you're practicing that austerity just for the sake of what, to show that, how austere I am, and you're practicing it, that austerity along with, you're able to whole day absorb your consciousness in hearing and chanting, then it is okay. But if you merely perform that austerity and you're not able to engage in the angas of devotional service, then that austerity is of not much use. So you can handle that austerity which becomes favorable for your practicing of the angas of bhakti, then it is favorable to devotional service. But you just practice that austerity without engaging in the angas of devotional service, then it is not favorable. So by that rule, you have to understand whether to take up that austerity or not to take up that austerity. So that is
Thank
the
you.
general rule.
Yeah, I got the.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we'll just today take up text 4, beginning of text 4, and in the next class we will start with the commentary. Okay. One second, I'll have to open text 4. So Namastaka, text 4. अथ एकांत भावेनोपासितं नाम भोगैक विनाशम अपि प्रारब्धम विनैव भोगात् विनाश्यतीत्याह यद iti. Now he says that the holy name Atha, when worshipped exclusively, ekant bhava upasitam, destroys one prarabdha karma. Bhogeva vinasham api prarabdham. Though it can be destroyed only through experience of the results of that prarabdha karma. Vineva bhogad vinashyatiti. Without ever experiencing its result in the text beginning with yad. Vinashyat ityaha yad iti. Now here is another glory of the bhakti process and the glory of Nam. The glory of the Nam is that it destroys samsara. It destroys all sinful reactions. Now, in the path of bhakti, the prarabdha karmas are destroyed without experiencing it. But in the process of jnana, there is also the destruction of prarabdha karma. Because in order to attain liberation, one has to be free from all sinful reactions. So the jnana sadhana, what they practice to destroy all the sinful reactions of all the prarabdha karma, but the jnani has to experience those prarabdha karmas, and then the sinful reactions are destroyed. He has to experience that bhogad. He has to experience that. And that's why the jnana sadhana takes many, 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 many lifetimes. Whereas in the bhakti sadhana, the prarabdha karmas are not experienced. Without experiencing the prarabdha karmas are destroyed. No, the meaning of prarabdha karma will be explained later in this commentary. So later in this commentary, there will be the explanation of the prarabdha karma. Okay, let's go to the text 4. Yad Brahma Sakshat Kriti Nishtayapi Vinasham Ayati Vina Na Bhoge Apeti Nama Spuranena Tatte Prarabdha Krameti Viroti Vedaha. O holy name, Nama, the Veda proclaims that Veda Viroti, that prarabdha karmeti, which does not attain destruction, vinasham na ayati, without vina, experience of the results of that prarabdha karma, bhoge, despite uninterrupted direct experience of the Supreme Brahman. Yad Brahma Sakshat Kriti Nishtayapi, goes away, apeti, merely by your appearance. Spurnenena tatte. So this is another glory of the holy name, which is brought in text 4. That without experiencing the prarabdha karma, once prarabdha karma is destroyed, it's destroyed. And we will go into this commentary in the next class. Because time is up, I don't want to start the commentary and take it. I want to complete the entire commentary of Baldev Devotion, and we just have only 5 minutes. So we'll just take this commentary in the next class. There is one question which we'll take up. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. No, Prabhuji, sorry for today. Due to technical problem, I am not able to attend. You will send the slides and the YouTube recording, no?
Yes, we will send it.
Today you did verse 3 and 4. Is it? Can you slide
Today,
and if possible?
today we did the third verse, and fourth verse only the shloka, only the text we read. That's it.
Can you just show me the third verse now? Just the verse, if possible. Otherwise,
No, we'll send you the details. We'll send you all the slides and the recording.
yeah. Thank you and sorry and happy Guru Purnima
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay.
to you, Prabhuji.
Any other questions anyone has up till now, what we discussed? Okay. So thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Namastaka ki jai. Srila Rupa Goswami Pad ki jai. Hare Krishna.